time here at Cheshire Wildlife to see what they know and all the great things they do. Come on! Come on, let's go and see who's around. I'm with Martin, and he is one of the directors here at the Trust. What do you do here at Cheshire Wildlife Trust?
I'm Director of Conservation, so that means I'm in charge of all of the team that deliver conservation work for the Trust. So I'm a bit like the captain of a ship. I don't do all the work, but I make sure that everybody else who's doing the work does it together and make sure they're all going in the right direction. I oversee everybody's work, I guide them, and I try and inspire them to do things for wildlife.
Why is it important that we look after our planet Earth?
It's important because we've only got one of them, so we have to look after it. Otherwise there won't be a planet Earth for your children and your children's children. So it's not like we can just go to the shop and get another planet Earth. We've only got one, and we need to make sure that it's here for future generations.
What advice would you give to people who want to help the Trust?
I think there's a couple of things that people could do. The first thing is they could join, because as a trust we rely upon people's subscriptions and their memberships, but the other thing is they can do something. So they could do something in their garden, they could help us as volunteers, they could do something in their with their local community. So either act for nature or give for nature.
Thank you for all of these difficult questions that you've done.
Thank you for asking them, Toby.
I'm with Nick, and he works with schools, families and children. What do you do with them?
Well, Toby, we bring them here to Bickley Hall Farm so they can learn all about wildlife-friendly farming. We go out to nature reserves, we do forest school, we do beach school, we do get them really to have an experience in nature.
Tell me about forest schools.
Forest schools is all about children spending time in the woods and playing games and learning about the natural world and lighting fires, building dens, basically having a lot of fun, and it's really good, and it's just a great way for children to learn it and connect with nature at the same time.
Nick, thank you for spending a bit of time with me and answering my questions.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Toby, thank you.
I'm with Neil, and he's a trustee here at Cheshire Wildlife Trust. Does a trustee mean that you help to decide how Cheshire Wildlife Trust is run?
We don't decide how to run it, but we're elected by the members of the Trust. We've got 12,000 members, and they elect us, and we oversee what the Trust does to make sure that the programme is good and everything's running properly. And I'm particularly concerned with the conservation programme, so I oversee the conservation programme.
I've been on a walk around this farm with you before. Why do you do these walks and talks?
Basically because the wildlife on this farm is fantastic. We farm it for wildlife as well as it being a working farm, and so we want to show people how wonderful it is, and we want to show farmers how they could farm slightly differently and get better results with more birds on their farm.
You do bird surveys here, but why?
We want to find out what birds are using the farm, and because we're managing the farm for wildlife and we hope to get more and more birds, so it's important that we monitor them and we can show that we're getting more birds.
Thank you, Neil, for answering these questions.
They were really good questions, and I'm glad I was just about able to answer them.
Hi, Katie. How important are volunteers to Cheshire Wildlife Trust?
We couldn't do what we do without volunteers at Cheshire Wildlife Trust. We've got 1,250 volunteers that help with anything from being at reception, to helping on our nature reserves, to surveying and monitoring species. They're really important.
How many hours have volunteers given to Cheshire Wildlife Trust?
Over the past 4 years, volunteers have given the equivalent amount of hours of one single member of staff working for 23 years straight. Amazing, isn't it?
What else do you do here?
I do a whole host of things, Toby, from marketing our volunteering programme to getting volunteers out on our health and wellbeing and access programmes. And this is where we work with disadvantaged people or people with mental health problems and get them out and about so they can reap the benefits of nature too.
Thank you, Katie. All of these questions that you answered are amazing.
It's okay, Toby, it's been a pleasure.
Andy's in charge of the members and supporters here. Hi Andy.
Hi.
We've met before at a members event. What do you do at the trust?
It's my job to look after all the supporters and the members that help us by donating money to Cheshire Wildlife Trust.
Tell me about 30 Days Wild.
30 Days Wild is a chance in June to do something for wildlife every single day. It can be little things like noticing a flower on the way to the shops, or it can be a big thing like giving up plastic drinking straws for a whole month. And if you sign up for 30 Days Wild, you will get a lovely pack containing very nice stickers, a nice wall chart, and you'll also get a booklet full of ideas on how you can meet with wildlife in your area. And this is one of the best bits. We've got some wildflower seeds that you can plant in your garden.
Andy, thank you for taking all your time to speak to me.
You're very welcome.
Well, wasn't that brilliant of all of those nice people who told me all of the great things they do? And if you want to know more, you can go onto their website or the Facebook page. Bye!